What does it mean to you to be promoted to that level?
It's an incredible honor to be promoted to there, knowing that it took a lot of people to help me get there. So it's not something that I personally done. It's a lot of mentors, a lot of family support. So it means a lot to be entrusted to lead with other people.
And walk me through a little bit of your history with the Air Force and how you got to where you are today.
So I've history. Well, been in the Air Force 26 years now. Back when I started college, I always knew I'd join the military at some point. I didn't know when, so I went to school for a year. Then decided, hey, now's as good a time as any to join the reserves. My whole family. My father retired from the Air Force. My grandfather retired, served in World War II. Both sides of my family were military. My grandfather on my mother's side was Air Force. So it was something I always wanted to do, but I also wanted to be in EMS. I wanted to work on an ambulance. So the Air Force Reserves was the best way I could do both worlds while attending college, and it worked out great. I got some incredible advice that said, hey, pick a career that's different in the Air Force than what you do in your civilian job, and I took that advice and ran with it. I do medicine here in East Texas, and in the Air Force, I do aircraft maintenance. Probably couldn't be further apart, but it keeps it exciting.
Absolutely. So when you look back at yourself 26 years ago, what do you think that John would think of what's happening today?
Probably wouldn't have expected to get this far, but that's a good question. 26 years ago seems like an eternity. We were in peace at the time. That was prior to 9/11. A lot has changed. A lot of, I guess, just changed through the Air Force, changed through the civilian world. What we were thinking back in 1998 when I enlisted is totally different than what we think and do post 2001. So and then now, looking at where the world's going, just being part of the military and being part of that force that's ready to do what our nation needs is it's something that's important to me.
And let's talk a little bit about what's happening today. I think maybe some people being here might have given away a little bit of the surprise, but what was your initial reaction? What was going through your head when you were able to walk into the theater just a few minutes ago?
Well, I very shocked, very, very humbled, especially for my commander, and the chief that I work with there of our squadron to drive all the way out here to do this, and for the people I work with, all the other CEOs throughout UT to show up, take time out of their busy day to come, recognize this milestone with me is very humbling, very, very appreciative though.
What does that tell you about this community of the people that you work with?
East Texas has always been a very supportive community of the military. UT Health has been the same way. Anytime I've said, hey, I've got to go do this with the Air Force, there's never been a question. The company's always been supportive. I'm honored to serve on the board for Camp V that supports veterans here in East Texas as well. East Texas really takes care of their veterans, and they appreciate service. So.
And what did it mean to you to have your family sitting front row to watch you receive this honor?
No, that was very important. As far as my family goes, they've always been supportive, more so than they probably know. After 9/11, I got married in May of 2001. We all know what happened in September, so married only a few months. My wife was still in school in Lafayette, so well, I didn't go far. I ended up going to Shreveport for about a year, working on B-52s around the clock. My wife was very supportive, and she lived 4 hours away. I know that's nothing compared to what some people do overseas, but it's a big commitment for a new family. And then having my father serve before, deploy, seeing his example. So meant a lot, and to see them be part of this is it was great to see. I was glad to have them here.
Great.
Were you surprised?
Yes, I was surprised. I was surprised at all the people every year. I kind of figured Tanya was up to something, but I didn't think it was on this scale.